many people don't know how you arrive here. Those of us that's been rocking with you, we've seen this manifest into something remarkable. But talk about that vision to start a ministry with just a basketball and a Bible.
Man, there you go. You get me choked up again, man. You know, I'm in the season of my life of crying a lot out of gratitude. You know, it was, you know, Life Quest was founded in a season where, kind of akin to where we are now, major neighborhood violence, major neighborhood. The city had never seen the level of toxicity, death, murder in our community. You know, we're in a crack era.
Yeah.
Watch this, value systems were changing because entertainment that was entering into those value systems were changing. Everybody was now emulating killers. Nobody wanted to emulate educators, scientists, engineers, attorneys. And I was very fortunate to have I had a career job. I had a great job, man. I had a great job making a nice 6-figure income. My office was in the nicest building in town overlooking the Grand River. And, you know, I had been praying as in the early years of my ministry, the church I was serving at, you know, there's no pay. I'm just volunteering time, getting taught myself. But I was very unfulfilled because I'd get off my corporate American job. I have my gym bag. I'd change in my car. I'm at JC's Park hooping. We at, you know, various places. And I'm seeing all these young guys that would come to church. I'm big on inviting guys to church. Yeah. You invite guys to the club or you stock the bar or whatever you're doing. But okay, then why can't, as a believer, I invite guys to church? That's my thing. But we couldn't keep them because they felt that the church was not speaking directly into the paradigm they were living in. And then I live in the neighborhood. I'm in my same first house. Yep. Everybody thought I was crazy, you know, in 1990 for buying a house on Sigsbee in Easttown. And now they think, man, I'm the financial guru because I got a 5-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms, 3 stories. But they don't know I've been there since 90. I bought the house for $30,000. Now it's worth $400,000. Haven't had a mortgage ever on my house. But I was unfulfilled, man. You know, I get done hooping and you look at their despair, and I'm building relationship. I'm a relational guy. Guys that are innately lonely are good fellowship partners because they want people around them. Young guys wasn't eating right, wasn't driving right, wasn't living right. And I was single. I was a single father at the time, but you know, my twins were about to transition to move to Atlanta with their mother. So I had time, resources, and passion. And so then magnificently, one day my boss asked me if I wanted to come and hoop at Calvary. They had just opened Calvary Church on the Beltline here in town, 777 East Beltline Avenue. And they invited me to come out to an open gym. And you know, at the time, anytime, nobody's gonna go hoop by themselves. Right. They're gonna invite somebody, let's go hoop, let's go check this gym out. Well, we go out there and, you know, it was just providential. The Lord had it ordained that was going to be our spot. You had it so turned up at Calvary, man. We used to lead high school, coach, just so you know the perspective of us coming to your sessions at Calvary. Used to have a pizza, had a bar, and we couldn't cuss. Shout out to Sergio Pinto if you see this. We used to drive to Calvary anytime you had it to get some work in. That's why we dominated high school basketball, because the runs at Calvary was more competitive than you were playing against grown college players, former and current pros. But then how it came about was the more people I invited, it changed the complexion of the gymnasium. I was going to say, Calvary better thank you for the diversity. Exactly. We were before there was a diversity push. But then they left, and then they gave me the gym, and it dawned on me, the Lord, that we were always, you got to pray before you play. But then we had so many guys on 2 side courts going that when it came time to pray, we could link hands up all around the baseline of the entire Calvary, which it's a regular size gymnasium at the time, state-of-the-art facility. And at that moment, that's why you got to listen to what the Lord is saying to you in your coaching at Wyoming and all of your endeavors. You got to listen and be willing to take a chance on what God's telling you. He says, you got him now, give him a word. And now as a preacher, you got to have, the Bible says you got to be instant in season. I'm studied, I'm prayed up. This is not a Sunday audience. I got killers in there. I got cats that they carrying guns and dope and beepers. Beepers, okay? Cats coming home from the joint. It's a high toxic environment, but no fights, no robbery, no gunshots. We preached, I remember the first time I ever did it, we preached Proverbs 29:18, where there's no vision and people perish. It grew and grew and grew. Then the Lord blessed me. I got married. I had a church assignment. And this is where I really met Chris. I really knew Chris when his head was this big, and he was about 6 years old. Okay. He lived across the street from where my children lived on Underwood.
Bishop used to be in the hood fooling y'all.
Yeah, I'm one of them guys. I was just a knucklehead. I know what it's like to be trash. So we extended it. So my daughters, they said, I think they said, I want to invite some of my friends to play on Sunday night at Community Bible on the corner of Wealthy and Eastern. And, you know, you got to be careful when your teenagers say invite a couple friends, because a couple friends invite a couple friends. Right. We had the whole third ward. And then we had pizza. Yeah. And then watch this. Then they sat down and had a word. And the Sunday, it was half court, if you remember that. We had two half courts going. And it was brutal. Everybody in the City League was showing up.
To play a decent
Eric Powell was playing.
Everybody.
Johnny Perez, everybody from Ottawa, Union, Central, Creston. We were hooping. And, I'm out there playing with them. And so we grew from there, and then we grew, kept growing. We added Salvation Army.
We added that.
Shout out to Pastor Harold Alloway. Pastor Alloway.
H.
H is the man.
Yeah.
So we grew that, and the crazy thing is, it goes to show you the power of male to male relationship. If you think back, one time so Tuesday nights was a younger crowd at the Sal. We'll say the professional league was on Mondays at Calvary.
Yeah.
And then, they played for $1,000 worth of gift cards. You got to be in worship. Everything was free. Jerseys, food, top shout out to Coach Lloyd Kilgore, Vernon Keenan, Timmy D, our referees. But then, remember the season, we had all the so-called gangs. East Ave, Mad Ave, Highlands Finest, Bemis. They're all playing in our league with no beefs, no fights, no arguments, no shouting. They got to sit down. They got to get to worship. They get the pizza. They get the shirts. No beef. So we grew. And you got to, whatever you're in, no matter what season of your vision in, you got to go to work. You got to go to work. I don't care if you're in season 1 of the grass seed, you got to water it. It takes 7 years to get a full blueberry crop. Until the blueberry farmer realizes the fruition of the whole. For 7 years, you could quit. Now you look at the time, 1994, we launched LifeQuest. We didn't get this facility to 2010. 2010. But we still had to go to work. It was largely unfunded for a while. But the most gratifying thing is that wherever we went, the brand LifeQuest was there. It was so humbling that I would cry sometimes, because you go to the park, and it's all our T-shirts at the park. And those I heard now, they're collector's items. Cats are like, man, I got that from my aunt, my dad. And then, we acquired this, the Lord moved. We got our campus we're in now, 1050 Fisk. And, up until 2019, we had never not had our league season. And that was before COVID. And the only reason why we stopped having our celebrated league was because goes back to your leadership. The dynamics among not just young men but young athletes changed. They didn't love the game as much anymore. Video games, weed, hustling, guns. You know, we're having to cancel games for the first time. We used to have
Exactly.
standing room only capacity crowds. So that's how we
lose.
got it. We got here, the Lord moved, and don't think that God can't provide in a major way. I mean, we got a 65,000 square foot campus,
All right.
$3 million facility that is for free.
Yeah.
And it wasn't broke down, condemned, broken windows. God made it happen. He didn't make it happen because I'm that great. He made it happen because he's that great.
There we
Now
go.
look at how many people get poured into here.
Yeah.
Because you got a platform, you got a platform, you got a platform. We got a barbershop, got a beauty shop.
Yeah.
We got a city commissioner launching.
And
charters.
I call this the hub of entrepreneurship.
Bro,
You don't hype it up as much as I'm gonna hype it up because we sit here. One, I've been with you since 2010, so in a ministry capacity. So to see every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, every day that these doors is open, how many entrepreneurs, businesses is in here? Sometimes black people don't even know. Man, where this business located at? It's at 1055th.
Exactly.
Somewhere in this building.
Bear All
Oh,
Clothing.
Yeah.
So many.
Noble
so many
Training.
that people don't
Yeah.
even know about is in here.